My mentor taught me several years ago that I should keep a log of lessons learned. And, this is a warrior sport. It requires intellect and it requires heart. On the heart side, it takes will and it takes courage. The will to kind of push you through all the levels that you need to go to persevere through the worst of the storms, because there's going to be a lot of storms. And sometimes will is the only thing that will get you through. But courage to me is the foundational value. That doesn't mean you don't go forward unafraid. It means that you go forward in spite of fear. But what courage allows us to do is to be vulnerable. It allows us to reach into ourselves and find that vulnerability, because the vulnerability is how we go deep in all the other emotions and values. Whether it's love or growth or discipline or rejection, awareness, commitment. Without vulnerability, it's hard to access those deeper values. On the intellect side, it really requires thinking and skills. The book is called Think and Grow Rich, not Go with Your Gut and Get Rich. Because gut stands for gave up thinking. And so thinking is a critical point of how we get through. And I encourage you all, one of my disciplines over my life in the last 15 years is to spend 1 hour a week of absolute deep thinking on 1 or 2 questions that I pre-select at the beginning of the week in my planning in solitude, and I schedule in my calendar to sit down. I do it with my iPad and a pen. It used to be a paper and pen. And the key to the thinking is never let your pen off the paper. That's the key. Doesn't matter. The question, not so much. You'll have 365 questions to think on over the year, but never let your pencil leave or pen leave the paper. Our power is our love, guys, and our power is our caring. But we need strategy to go along with that. Without the strategy, we lose the standards and structure within the organization. And once structure and standards are gone, confidence goes out the window. And when we lack confidence, we start to question the people and the processes inside the operation of our business. Preparation is the glue that holds it all together. The Navy SEALs have a saying that you often think that you will rise to the occasion in the moment. But what actually happens is we fall to the level of our preparation. And what I'm trying to do is just give you guys some insight on how to be prepared. I've been keeping a log of lessons learned for about 15 years. I titled it, Mistakes Are Inevitable, but Learning is Optional. I've been in business for 40 years, and over those 40 years, I've had some unbelievable experiences. Experiences that you probably wouldn't believe. But I'm grateful. Some of them have been good, some of them have been bad, but I'm grateful for every single one of them. But I wrote this down because I knew I wouldn't be able to remember this, but I have made some intergalactically stupid mistakes. And along the way, it's resulted in near catastrophic events and failures. I've almost been bankrupt 3 times. I've had to sleep with a gun under my pillow for about 3 years. I got divorced from my first wife. I was separated for 2 years and almost got divorced from my second wife. I have a daughter that won't speak to me. And upon reflection of my lost opportunities and misguided decisions, my wealth should far exceed its current level, and my dumb tax is almost incalculable. So I've been logging lessons along the way. The failures that I did have at the time that seemed catastrophic did not emerge to be the disasters in the moment that I felt they would be. Every bad idea I ever had started with a good idea at the time. Every argument, fight, or judgment that I experienced began and ended with my own ego and the need to be right. You can either be right or you can be rich, but you can't be both. That which I resist most in others is what I have yet to accept in myself. Although this is an exciting game to play, the totals in my win-loss column that I continue to stack up will quickly be forgotten after I'm gone. But how I played this game, that'll be remembered to the people who matter most. Everything I do should be done with intent of mastery, because taking those lessons that I've learned in this life may just well serve me and make a difference in my next life. A lack of standards, rules, and commitment cause most of the mistakes I've ever made. Excessive optimism, unexamined assumptions, and ignored risks are the wallpaper in your coffin. Designing your life is a hell of a lot better than surviving your life. The 5 people that you spend the most time with will need to change as you climb the ladder of success, because the reality is most people are afraid of heights. Catching a big wave is not the same as being a good swimmer. There's a difference between happiness and joyfulness. When the shit hits the fan, you don't have to be happy about it, but you can find some joy underneath all that shit. How you run your business during the good times is the only true predictor of how well your business will cope in the hard times. As Warren Buffett said, stupid in small things, stupid in big things. Progress is not always measured by ground gained. It's sometimes measured by yards not lost. Every great championship team wins with an aggressive offense and a focused defense. They think about prevention, protection, and risk. My mentor, Harold, said getting rich is easy. Staying rich is incredibly difficult. He was 100% right. Speed and greed necessitate aggressive leverage and increase the odds of destruction. In the past, my desire for growth and size was based on ego and greed, not strategy of wealth. A lack of cash or cash flow is kryptonite and kills every superhero. The cost of tolerating an incapable or misled employee is far greater than the discomfort of having a tough conversation or a speedy termination. Lack of time, allocation, and the planning to go along with it has produced most of my inconsistent results. Stay lean, even if you can afford to get fat. Keep your overhead low. Only spend money if it's going to help you get a customer or keep a customer. Carving out weekly formal think time has provided me with a return on investment of monumental proportions. Yeah, I know, is a bumper sticker at a crash site, and listening is a gift that is not opened frequently enough. Mistakes will happen. The only person who thinks you should be perfect is you. Give yourself a little grace and love yourself just a little more.